All right, man. Since people seem to like we did an impromptu show, this is not so impromptu because I asked them a day earlier, but it's kind of impromptu because we have no notes. I didn't take any notes. We're just gonna do what we did like with the Metallica episode. Jerry, what was that, man? This is your band. This is why I wanted to do this band.
Well, I mean, you picked the topic. I mean, what I appreciate it. It's a great topic. I mean, it's been talked about a lot. I get it, but it's always fun to talk about them because they are, in my opinion, the best rock and roll band ever. We're talking about Led Zeppelin. We're going to go through the discography of them. Just kind of blaze through them real quick, and just remind everybody and ourselves how great these albums really are. So that's why I think this is a pretty good topic, and we don't need to do much homework on these albums. We all pretty much know them too. So I figured it. You probably figured, and you knew me. That was pretty easy topic to talk about. So
Yeah.
cool.
Well, let's ask Travis. What do you think about Led Zeppelin overall? By the way.
Well, let's just say if Deep Purple never existed, Led Zeppelin would have the top throne, in my opinion. I think they're a contender for me for the greatest rock band of all time. The top three bands for me are Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Led Zeppelin. They just I never get tired of them. I never get burnt out on them.
There's nothing wrong with either one of those three. So
they're all top tier musicians. Yeah, Led Zeppelin just means so much to me.
All right, Joseph.
And
okay, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, are we gonna give our background of how we got into Zeppelin? Or are we gonna?
Oh yeah, go ahead and give your background too, man.
Okay. Well, Jerry, do you want to go first, or?
Everybody that knows and seen me talk about Led Zeppelin know already, so you guys go ahead.
Okay, all right then. Well, when I was getting into rock music, the first band I got into was actually Guns N' Roses, and I was obsessed with Guns N' Roses. And my dad had Led Zeppelin, the first album, and he said, "Son, you ever heard of Led Zeppelin?" I'm like, "No." You have Guns N' Roses? So he put on "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You," and I was like, I don't want to hear that. What the hell was wrong with me? But a year later, I heard "Whole Lot of Love," and I was hooked. And I went back to that first Led Zeppelin album, and the second time around, it hooked me in, and I've been a fan for life ever since.
Cool.
Joseph.
Yeah, I mean, Led Zeppelin is by far one of the greatest rock bands of all time. Easily in my top five. Probably the greatest rock band of the 70s, in my opinion. And possibly one of the most solid discographies out there. I mean, there's not a lot of bands where you can hold up 8 albums, and yes, 8, not 9. I don't count that ninth one. You can hold up those 8 albums, and you can probably count on one hand the amount of bad tracks on those 8 albums. And not a lot of bands can you say that about those, like a stretch like that makes up an entire decade's worth of music.
Fact.
Yeah. So I got into them late in my life because I got into a lot of music late. I was into Oingo Boingo before I was into fucking Led Zeppelin. Just to say
Ding.
that. Take a shot.
I'm not surprised by that at all, actually.
No, but I was.
Everyone take a drink. Check that one off your bingo cards.
With the box set, my friends at work, In-N-Out Burger, ding. They like
God, Mark.
they like they like Led Zeppelin, and they showed me the first album. I go, this is fucking amazing shit. I loved it. And then when I went to go buy it, they had that box set that just came out. I just said, well, I could get all these, like, basically all their albums just mixed in different tracking order. I said, I'll get this, and I got it. I love that box set. And it got me into Zeppelin, man. It got me in, even though I figured out later some of the songs were cut shorter. And I was like, fuck this. So I have all the albums now, and they're freaking amazing. And looking at that box set, it was kind of an abomination the way they track listed it. It's kind of horrible.
Yeah. That's one of the things I made a post about not too long ago. There's two big kind of pet peeves I have when it comes to box sets. especially considering that Led Zeppelin kind of falls into both of them a little bit. The first one is if you're putting out an entire discography in a box set, but you mix it up, is just ridiculous. No, I want to hear the albums in order. And second, this one also kind of falls into that a little bit, not as much because of mixing it up, but box sets that try to fit, like, let's say 5 albums onto 4 CDs, and they cut one of the albums off and put half of it on one disc, half of it on the next disc. The Police Original Message in a box set did that. The Y&T box set I have does that, where you don't just have a disc per album or 2 albums per disc. You have an album and a half per disc. And the Led Zeppelin box set kind of falls into both of those. So yeah, I've heard a lot of people that we talked to a lot that was one of the first ways that they really deep dived into Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad that that was not how I deep dived into Led Zeppelin, because it would really, I think, have messed up my perception of a lot of these tracks, that I knew the album and not some weird kind of compilation.
But that compilation got me into it. But when the thing is, when I started listening to it album by album by album, and I go, "Oh, that's horrible what they did there." So I learned that was horrible. I didn't say, "Well, that's how I knew it." No, I like it better.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I agree. Like, but personally, for me, if I would have discovered it from the box set, I don't know if I would have dove into it as much as I did just hearing the albums as they are, because as I'm sure we'll talk about through a lot of this, every Led Zeppelin album kind of has its own sound and its own feel. And when you kind of throw different stuff from different albums on top of each other, like that box set does, it really doesn't always have the best results. So the kind of sound and feel of, let's say, Led Zeppelin 2 is very different from the sound and feel of Presence or In Through the Outdoor. And you throw some of those tracks on each other. Just personally, for me, I would have had a really hard time if that was how I discovered Led Zeppelin. Kind of reconciling all that. And I might, just for me personally, I might not have dug it as much. And I'm really glad that a lot of people discovered that box set and then went and actually listened to the albums themselves and were still able to really kind of fall in love with Led Zeppelin because of that.
Yeah, it's because it's like track listing is very important. It's an art form that's lost on today's music. And it's like, it's just single, 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 but it's like you get into fucking radio, fucking We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions. They weren't released that way. They was B-side and they just played it together. You know, you don't get that shit gonna happen anymore. What Led Zeppelin, Living, Loving, Made, Heartbreaker, you know. It's like and so you can't hear either of those songs split up because it's weird.
Right.
We know the album. Because I actually got to know the album more than that box set. I've listened to the albums more than I've ever listened to that box set. So
it's like the biggest abomination of all time is Van Halen's Best of Both Worlds CD, because Eruption doesn't go into You Really Got Me. It goes into one of those shitty new Sammy songs that they recorded.
Oh, for breakfast, baby. I don't know. I'm just guessing one of them. I like those new songs.
It probably is, but you don't expect to hear that after Eruption. You expect to hear.
No. Well, I got into Van Halen because of the album, so that I never got those compilation because I had all those. The only thing I got off the compilation is I bought the Sammy tracks separate because I didn't have those. So that was it. So let's get into this, man. Jerry, you want to start off with one, or you want to go to the last one?
No, let's start out in the beginning.
Okay, you started, man.
All right, let's start out where it all started from. Led Zeppelin 1. All right, trivia time. Why was Robert Plant on the back? You see his name. It was written differently on there. Why was that?
I think he was leaving the band. They wanted to kick him out.
No.
That's the story I heard.
Why it was written in white instead of black?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because it would have blended into the picture.
Oh.
That's a rumor behind it, but there's also something else too behind it too, which was true.
Okay.
Well, tell us. No.
It's about the songs that they covered. You know, Plant was supposed to change some of the lyrics, but he never did. And for some reason, there was legal issues with that, and Plant never could get credited with anything on this album because of that. Now, I know that sounds funny and weird, but that's what I heard. I guess I don't know if it's true or not, but there's something to do with that's the reason why he never got credited for anything on it. I don't know if it's true. I never did any much research for it. But I was hoping one of you guys kind of knew, actually, because I don't. So I kind of but that's what I heard. But anyway, this album right here, man, where it all started from, man. It's loaded with great tunes. Yeah, I mean, they borrowed some songs on this one for sure, obviously, but you can't deny the great songs. Good times, bad times, communication breakdown, man. Your time is gonna come. I mean, that's all them, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure they did covers, you know, I Can't Quit You Baby and stuff like that, but they were cool and they did it their own way. But otherwise, this is one of, in my opinion, is one of the most solid debut albums in history, man. So fucking classic as fuck, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Go with Joseph, man.
So it's probably the Led Zeppelin album of the all 8 studio albums that I listen to the least. One, because the songs that I want to hear, I hear on the radio all the time. So Good Times, Bad Times, Communication Breakdown, those kind of tracks. But this is one of the albums that I do, as much as people kind of make fun of it, I do have issues with some of the blues tracks. I'm not a huge blues guy. I can tell that they're well done, but just they don't really connect with me in the same way that a lot of the later Zeppelin tracks do. Now, there is definitely times where they do some blues stuff that I do really love it, but this album is just one of those that I really some of the blues songs that they do on this album I'm just not a fan of. So this is really one of the only Zeppelin albums that I have any kind of criticism towards, and even then it's kind of a light criticism because I can tell that they're good songs, but they're just not really what I'm looking for.
Well, all right, Travis, man, what do you think about it, man?
First off, those squeaks in the background, was someone doing some fucking back there?
Yeah, I know
No,
what that was.
this dog has a
Oh.
fucking chew toy. I'm about to
Oh,
punt.
Hey,
I'm about to.
I know
I'm about
what
to.
I know what
I'm
it
about
was.
to punt this fucking dog across the street. Oh my god!
Hey, don't say that live. It might happen.
I thought the mattress was going. Ee, ee, ee.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
No, it's this dog biting its fucking chew toy over
Like,
here.
we need some fucking Isaac Hayes or some fucking.
That's
Van
why I
Halen
keep
playing in
having
the
to mute my
background.
microphone, and I'm about to put this dog to bed and just leave it be in there, and I'm about to be done with it.
Okay, so well, the first thing was, Jimmy Page was the last remaining member of the Yardbirds, which I am a big fan of the Yardbirds. I can't get enough of them. Having a Rave Up's one of my favorite '60s rock albums. But we're talking Led Zeppelin, the first album. It didn't take long for them to record it, and I think it's one of the best debut albums in rock. And to the people that are detractors of Led Zeppelin saying that they rip off lots of blues songs, to me, Led Zeppelin took those blues songs from the 1920s and 30s and just electrified them and made them their own. I think they're brilliant. I am a big blues rock fan, and I understand if you don't like blues. I get it. It's all good. But that album is just a sonic firestorm from beginning to end. What album sounded like this back in 1969? It's crazy. It kicks off with Good Times, Bad Times. Already, you hear that crunchy riff, followed by one of Bonzo's drum fills that totally changed the face of drumming.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just has great lyrics and great guitar solos, fiery guitar solos. And aside from it, Jimmy Page is just changing the game on that, on guitar playing. Great riffs. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You is a beautiful ballad. You Shook Me. What a great version of that song. Dazed Confused. What a great psychedelic. And then when it gets into that guitar solo, it's just on fire. It's a phenomenal tune. Your Time Is Gonna Come. That's the Dark Horse on the album. I love that song.
Well, great.
Black Mountain Side's a great instrumental. I would have included White, the other part of the song. Communication Breakdown, that's proto-punk. Even Joey Ramone would say that. I Can't Quit You, Babe. I love both versions of the song, but to me, the original version on this album is the best version. And how many more times? I mean, how epic is that song? That's my favorite song on the album.
What a great bass
Uh,
riff by
you,
JPJ on that,
you
man.
get everything you want on that song.
Yeah.
You get the violin bow. And then when you start hearing that bass thumping and the violin bow, you hear Robert Plant saying, just speaking, and then it goes into "They call me the hunter." Oh my God, that is so. It's like so sexual and heavy, and then it just climaxes into that loud scream that he lets off near the end. It's insane, and it's just a fantastic debut album. There
Yep.
you go.
All right, Mark.
All right. You know why? Because I got you in the sights of my love gun. Fucking, hey, Kiss. How you doing, Kiss?
Or well, you can give that to Albert King.
I know, but I'm just saying, Kiss heard the Zeppelin version first. And
Okay.
Love Gun, that's a great song. They didn't know who did it. They just thought they liked the title because they were huge Zeppelin fans. But man, come on. You start off with Good Times, Bad Times. Babe, I'm gonna leave you. Took a fucking folk hippie song and made it fucking rock and roll. Fuck the Joan Baez shit. I fucking love this fucking version of it. You Shook Me, Great Willie Dixon, Dazed and Confused by Jake Holmes. Man, come on. Dazed and Confused is like 6 minutes to 27. They got 30-minute versions of this fucking song. My God,
Yep.
this is like a jam band that fucking can jam. Grateful Dead, I'm looking at you because you can't jam. Led Zeppelin can. And it made sense when they did it. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking of. That was fucking too much acid with your fan base. But fucking this song fucking rules. I love it. Can't Quit You, Baby. And how many more times, man? I just remember a friend where I played that Paul Rogers. Remember that Paul Rogers Muddy Waters Blues album he had out? Great fucking album if you like Paul Rogers' voice. He did this song a different and he did this part, and the one guy goes, "That's Zeppelin, he's ripping off Zeppelin." I go, "Dude, Zeppelin took it from fucking Muddy Waters." He only do the Zeppelin part of it. That was pretty funny. This is a great fucking debut album, dude. I don't think many bands besides Van Halen have like a debut album like this that just changed the world. I think this kind of changed the world in rock and blues back then.
Austin.
Cool. Yeah, if anybody knows, I've always wanted to know that. I don't know the definite answer to that Robert Plant issue. There were some legal issues or something back then that I've heard a lot of stories about. So if anybody can clear that up, I'd appreciate it. That's one thing I don't know about Led Zeppelin. I know a lot about them, but I don't know. I've heard like 20 different things. So anybody knows about that, please comment on the comments, please. Appreciate that. But how do you follow up an album like that? Well, you followed up with this one. Holy shit, what a great album this is. I mean, it just starts right off the bat with a whole lot of love. I mean, what is and what should never be. Fucking love the vocal tone in that song. I mean, they got the lemon song, "Squeeze My Lemon, Let the Juice Run Down My Leg." I mean, that's fucking awesome, dude. And then they got the beautiful ballad Robert Plant wrote, "Thank You," man. It's such an incredible tune. And what a great acoustic or guitar solo Page puts on that, man. Guy is phenomenal acoustic player, man. I think he's a better acoustic player than he is electric player. He's great electric player, but acoustically, the man is just, with the tunings that he does and everything, is just fucking out of sight, in my opinions, man. You got Heartbreaker, Living, Loving, Made, fucking the great Moby Dick by John Bonham, a killer ass guitar riff by Page in that one. The drum part is overshadowed by that riff, that dun 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 dun. Dun. What a great riff that is, man. Bring It On Home, fucking another great. I mean, this song doesn't have a bad song on this one, man, which is true with pretty much all of Led Zeppelin albums, in my opinion. They only have one bad song, in my opinion. We'll get to that when that album comes out, but this one, man. How do you follow up Led?
I'll fight you on it.
Here, how do you fucking follow up on Led Zeppelin 1? Right fucking here, dude. Awesome fucking album. Joseph.
So I'm actually going to push back on one of Mark's comments a little bit. Of course, none of us were there in 1969 when these albums came out, but I would argue that it was this album, not the first album, that really blew them up. That really you definitely hear a lot of the songs from the first album, and you can see how that would have. I think it was the second album. I think it was not a Van Halen situation or a Boston situation or a Guns N' Roses situation where like out of the gate the first album just really just like massively blew up, and then they really had a hard time following it a little bit.
It
I
went
think Led Zeppelin
2 million. I think 2 million or 3 million or something.
The
first album fucking sold a lot. Not like Diamond.
Well, no, I'm saying I want to know the timeline. When did it blow up? And I think it was the second album. I don't think the first album was what blew them up. I think it was Led Zeppelin 2. And you can tell because they were released so quickly after each other.
Yeah, both
they basically wrote that. They wrote that when they were basically on tour. Led Zeppelin 1.
And I really think that Zeppelin 2 was what really blew them up. That it wasn't like you were kind of saying that it was like this massive influential album that changed everything. Looking back, yes, but I don't think it had the same immediate impact that Van Halen 1 or the first Boston album or Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction had, where like immediately those albums are the ones that launched the band to the stratosphere. I think Led Zeppelin 2 did it. And ultimately, I think Led Zeppelin 2 is a better album. I think Led Zeppelin 2 is not a much stronger, but I think it is a stronger album. I mean, right out of the gate, Whole Lot of Love and What Is and What Should Never Be. Like you said, Heartbreaker, Livin', Lovin' Me, and Moby Dick, and just so many classic Led Zeppelin tracks on this album that are just immediately referenced. And this is a special album to me because this was the first Led Zeppelin album that I ever heard. This is the one that my dad had when I was growing up. This was that album, was Led Zeppelin 2. And so this is an album that I know by heart, front to back. Just really, really know this album. And I think that this album, again, none of us were there in 1969, but I think just kind of seeing the way the timeline progressed and how quickly this followed the first album and then how they blew up right then, I think it was this album and not the first album that blew them up.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with you on that one. I mean, I just love, in my personal opinion, I think Led Zeppelin 1 is one of the best debuts ever. But is it their strongest one? Led Zeppelin 2 I agree with, was a lot stronger, excuse me.
But I'm just saying, but when you go back and look at debut albums like 30 years later, everybody points to Zeppelin 1 as one of the greatest.
If you talk about debut albums, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll always be mentioned on our list.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to put it in the same breath as Van Halen 1 or the first Boston album or Appetite that had such like an immediate impact and were like immediately the high benchmarks that none of the bands ever really got back to.
I agree with you on that, Joseph. You're right. You got a good point there. Van Halen 1 and the Boston fucking first album just fucking, even Foreigner 1 fucking hit pretty hard when that
you always do this, Mark. You always try to throw the first Foreigner album in there and you're not going to get it past us. It
was the first album to go platinum out of all those albums. There you go. 77,
and that's all it ever went.
No, it went 4. I think it went 4 or 2.
All right, Travis, man. Led Zeppelin 2, dude.
What else can I say about this album? It took everything that was great about the first album and just turned it up to 11. It starts off with a Whole Lot of Love, one of the sexiest songs ever. And when you hear that bass stuff, oh man. It just oozes swagger, and the way when Robert Plant in the midsection where Robert Plant's just orgasming until it finally culminates into that guitar solo. It's just a fantastic opener, one of the greatest rock and roll openers of all time. Every track on here is stellar. There's not a dud to be found here. Heartbreaker, the guitar solo on that. You're welcome, Eddie Van Halen. It rules. Moby Dick, what a great instrumental. And Bring It On Home, my favorite song off the album. Bring It On Home. It's what else do I need to say? It's a masterpiece.
You talk about that riff on Bring It On Home, man. Holy shit. Man, it's just classic riffage, man. Absolutely.
And it's a shame they stopped performing it after Houses of the Holy came out.
Yeah, it's actually on The Song Remains the Same extended DVD.
I get to talk about Houses of the Holy again. I love that album.
I do need to say something. As much as I love the studio version of Bring It On Home, when it's played live at Royal Albert Hall, you know, that famous concert in 1970, it brings more energy to it, man. It's just rips. And the way you see Bonzo lighting up a cigarette as the song begins, that is so rock and roll. And I gotta say,
they definitely turned up their fucking studio performances live, man. They were just fucking intense live, man.
I gotta say, as much as I love Song Remains the Same, I love that movie. One of the greatest rock and roll movies of all time. To me, the greatest Led Zeppelin concert was at Royal Albert Hall in 1970. They were just primal and full of piss and vinegar. They just ripped that stage.
I like those shows on how the West was won or live at the BBC too.
Yeah, it's great. It's great, but man, Royal Albert Hall, they're just on fire. It's like the equivalent of when Black Sabbath at that Paris show in 1970. They were just so primal and full of anger and angst. It's just, it rips. There you go.
All right, Mark.
Oh, fucking Zeppelin 2. Whole lot of love. What is and what should never be? I don't know. You know how Metallica has that song, the thing that should on fucking Master of Puppets. For some reason, I get confused with these two songs. I go, fuck, I love both these songs, but they're fucking both hard as fuck. So the Lemon song, you know, fucking when you squeeze my lemon and the juice runs down my leg. One of the greatest love songs of all time. Thank you. Fucking really cool song. And then Heartbreaker, Living, Loving Maid. She's just a woman. I know the band hated Living, Loving Maid, but it'll in America. I don't know about around the world. I know America, Heartbreaker and Living, Loving Maid. She's just a woman are tied together for eternity here. Until the new generation just keeps listening to EDM and blows their minds out of fucking mindless shit. Ramble on, Moby Dick rules. I think Jason Bonham still plays Moby Dick when he's with Sammy or whatever he does.
God, I hope not.
No, he does. He plays the Moby Dick solo. I think it's on the Circle live album. Pretty damn cool. And then Bring It On. Fucking, I love how it starts off slow and it just got fucking down. Yeah. It's like he's like answering his own guitar line there. It's like, god damn, it's like he's like doubling it so fucking great. It's like, how do they pull this shit off live, Jerry? How the fuck do they pull this shit off? There's a lot of overlayers on this shit, dude.
It's amazing what practice and actually knowing how to play your instrument fucking can do, man. Take lesson nowadays, these artists that are out, so-called artists nowadays, you know? So, I mean, you can fucking get on a computer nowadays and make a song, you know what I mean? It's just, man, back then, it's all raw, it's all real right in your fucking face, man. And they know how to do it, man. Loud and fucking just boom, punch you right in the face, man. So
while we're in this era, while we're in the 1969 period of Led Zeppelin, I'm sure I've talked about this little fun fact on some show before, but just a little piece of local history to me. My home venue that I see a lot of shows at, I saw the Kicks final show at Meriwether Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. In May of 1969, that venue was the only venue to ever have a very specific thing happen. It was the only concert that Led Zeppelin and The Who ever played together.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was The Who's Tommy Tour. So imagine you're buying your ticket, you're going to see The Who play all of Tommy.
Yeah.
Plus a couple other songs. And the opening band for The Who is Led Zeppelin. The only show that had ever happened. They mainly played covers. I just looked at the set list. They did White Summer Black Mountainside, and they closed with only their second ever performance of Whole Lotta Love.
Wow.
And apparently they ran long, and the Who's sound engineers pulled the plug on Led Zeppelin, and they never played a show together again, ever. The one and only show that they ever played together, and it was at my local theater, at my local amphitheater.
Oh, that's a kick-ass story, man. That's cool as fuck, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on. All right,
3.
Led Zeppelin 3. There's a little kind of mixed bag reaction by some Zeppelin fans on this album. It's a little bit more acoustic than their previous two albums, but again, I think it's another fucking solid album, dude. I mean, it starts out with a fucking kick-ass rocker immigrant song, and then it goes into fucking Friends, great tune. Celebration Day, man. What a great tune that is. It's one of my favorite tunes off the Song Remains the Same live album. Actually, when they do that. Since I've Been Loving You, man. I know you don't like blues, Joseph, man, but come on, man. You got to admit that's a kick-ass tune, man. Out on the
That's one of the
Tiles.
ones.
Okay. Out on the Tiles, Gallows Pole, Tangerine, man. Holy shit, what a great tune that is, man. Hats off to Roy Harper, which we'll be talking about Roy Harper tomorrow night, I think, on one of our shows. Or our show tomorrow night on Freeform. But yeah, I mean, another solid album, 1 through 10, in my opinion, man. What do you think about it, Joe?
I would put this up as possibly the most underrated Led Zeppelin album.
It's not as appreciated with a lot of fans.
It's
you know
not.
What I mean? It isn't.
Like, honestly, you look at most of their greatest hits albums, the only song that ever gets pulled off this album is Immigrant Song.
Immigrant Song, yeah.
That's about it. And every now and then you'll hear fans talk about Tangerine because, God, it is one of the greatest songs of all time. But so many amazing tracks. Out on the Tiles is one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. Gallows Pole. So many amazing songs are on this album. And it's so unfair that this is an album that I think people just jump from 2 to 4.
Right.
And it's really unfair to me because I think, and I was guilty of this growing up as well. This was the album I skipped. This was the album I really did not give a chance to because I didn't know any of the songs on it. I saw Immigrant Song. I'm like, oh, okay, I have Early Days, Later Days. I already have Immigrant Song. I don't need to get Led Zeppelin 3.
Right.
And I did myself such a disservice because when I finally went back years later and listened to the whole thing, and I'm just like, I'm about to punch myself in the face right now for not giving myself a chance to listen to this album when I was younger, because it is really a great album that I think so many people just don't give a chance to because it doesn't have the roster of hits that all of the albums surrounding it do. I mean, every Led Zeppelin album, even the later ones, have multiple songs you hear on the radio. This one doesn't. Unless you're listening to some kind of like Led Zeppelin radio or listening to some kind of like deep tracks radio, then they'll pull out Tangerine or Gallows Pole or something like that, Celebration Day. Other than that, you'll hear Immigrant Song, and then they'll skip to playing every track on Led Zeppelin 4 again.
Yep. Definitely underappreciated, man. I love it, man. It's another, like I said, 1 through 10, not a bad tune on it. I forgot to mention That's the Way. That's another fucking great tune as well, by the way.
Also, hats off to Roy Harper's just so weird, and I love it.
It is.
It's just so. The first time I listened to that, I thought my record was warped or something like that. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah. And then I realized I was listening to a CD and it wasn't warped.
Right. All right, Travis, man. Led Zeppelin 3, dude.
All right. So when this album came out, correct me if I'm wrong, it got some mixed reviews, from people. They went soft, and Jimmy Page caught wind of that, and he responded by saying, "You dumb Americans just don't get it." And he refused to let any Americans interview him for a period of time. And also, John Paul Jones, this is unrelated, but John Paul Jones said in the liner notes, in like a booklet on a remastered edition, he said that now that this album's out, people will stop comparing us to Black Sabbath. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I love you, John Paul Jones, but you're a dick for saying that. Black Sabbath is just as important as you guys. But with that said, I do love Led Zeppelin 3. For people saying that it's a softer album than the first two, you got Immigrant Song, which is like total heavy metal. Just the way it charges right into the album, it's just a great open. I couldn't imagine any other song opening that album except for Immigrant Song. Friends, much like Heartbreaker into Living Loving Maid, you can't play Friends and then just end it there. You have to include Celebration Day because of that wah 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 into the Celebration Day, and Celebration Day just kicks ass. What a great song that is. Tangerine, that's a special song for me because one of my best friends who passed away a couple years ago, that was his favorite Led Zeppelin song. I love Tangerine. And I love That's the Way. I love Out on the Tiles. And then after That's the Way, that's when I end the album.
Don't like Brown Aurora Stomp, huh?
No. And then he gets hats off to Roy Harper. No thanks. I am not a fan of those two songs.
I love them. But I hear you though. All right, Mark, man, what do you think? Led Zeppelin 3.
Immigrant Song, Celebration Day, Since I've Been Loving You, fucking Out on the Tiles, fucking Inside, what fucking great. Gallows Pool is fucking great. It's a traditional, they didn't write it. It just says traditional Page and Plant. They arranged it, but Hangman, yeah, do it a while. I fucking just love the way the tone.
I love how that song is like kind of like an early example of like a really song with a really like weird time signature, and it's kind of like it sounds foreboding. It just really sounds off, and I love that.
Yeah,
I forgot to mention Led Zeppelin 3 was the first Led Zeppelin album that I bought with my own money.
Yeah. And this was also released 4 days before my birthday, October 9th, 1970. This is October 5th, 1970. So I've always like wondered why the fuck people hate this album a lot. Lee Gershman or whatever your name is.
You would think this one would be right up Lee's alley.
He hates it. I kept trying to get him to review Zeppelin 3 for fucking 6 years. Fucker would not do it. Same thing with
of any Zeppelin album, I would think for Lee it would either be this or In Through the Outdoor.
No, he doesn't like this album at all. But Tangerine fucking rules. I like, I agree with you. The last two songs, Braun Your Stomp is pretty cool, and hats off to Roy Harper. I would have ended it at Braun Your Stomp, or put That's the Way and put Braun Your Stomp a little higher. But it's a great album. I love it. I don't know why it gets a lot of hate.
You're muted, Jerry.
Jerry, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely the first one that was kind of, different for fans of the band. All right, now we're going to move on, to Led Zeppelin 4 here, which if they weren't superstars then, this album probably made them superstars. Just, again, another album with every fucking track that's just awesome. I talked about Black Dog the other night. That was one of the, got me into rock and roll, was hearing that just opening. Hey, mama said the way you move. I mean, dude, I'm like, not even a teenager hearing that and just the fucking smile on my face. I mean, it just impacted me so much. And then you get into rock and roll, which isn't my favorite Led Zeppelin song, but I still like it. On the fucking Battle of Evermore, man. Yeah. Love that fucking song. That song gets a lot of shit from people too, but I love it.
Hey, I hate Fairport Port Convention, but Sandy Denny sounds great on that album. Hey, Lee, that was for you, bitch. There you go.
And then, of course, after that, when you got the fucking, one of the best songs ever written, Stairway to Heaven. Flip That Sucker Over. You got, Misty Mountain Hop to open it up. 4 Sticks after that, Going to California and When the Levee Breaks. I mean, come on, man. You hear just about I even hear 4 Sticks on the radio. That's how great that album is, man. Absolute fucking classic record, man. It still kicks ass today. It sounds fresh. It's just, like I said, if this was the album that put them in a different in the stratosphere, man. I mean, it really made them, one of the best bands, one of the most popular bands ever, in my opinion. Joseph, Led Zeppelin 4, man.
Yeah, I mean, most of us were on the episode where we did the track listing. What did we put Zeppelin 4 up against? Where we did the track by track.
I think we did Zeppelin 1, Zeppelin 2, didn't we?
Yeah, we did Zeppelin 1, Zeppelin 2. We didn't.
No, we did Zeppelin 4 because
we
we ranked the songs on Zeppelin 4. That was what we did.
Yeah.
That was what we did. Yeah, so a bunch of us were on that, and we all kind of just buzzed about this album. I mean, Jerry and I both practically cried over Going to California.
Oh, dude, it's one of the best songs ever.
That was on Black Spinner Circle, right?
It was
great song.
You got to give that podcast credit here.
I couldn't remember. We do so many similar shows. I'm on both so often. I always forget which one's
Andy
which.
Rodriguez, Al Horta, check out their show. So I know
if you have. I was gonna say if you have been on any video on the channel and you don't know those two names,
yeah.
But
we share the fuck and 3 Shots Down podcast.
yeah,
Yes.
but yeah, I mean, so many amazing tracks, and yes, there's songs that we probably have heard to death, but they're played for a reason, and every single track on this album is absolutely brilliant, and it is one of the greatest albums of all time for a reason. The track sequencing is gorgeous. Just the way that this album flows is great. When the Levee Breaks, and then of course Stairway to Heaven. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Stairway. There's a reason. Like bands always say they're waiting to make their Sergeant Pepper. When you're talking about a song, they say that's that band's Stairway, and that's like the highest praise you can give to something is calling it that band's Stairway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will play that at the record store when I go, and I don't care what the fuck they say. I will play it.
I gotta catch up with Jerry. He's got 3 podcasts now. I need to bring back YouTube cast with fucking Bob Hay. Because none of you guys like YouTube.
Think about it, I only got 2.
You got
I only
3.
got 2. BS Sessions isn't a podcast. It's more like a
That's a podcast.
No, it's not, Mark. It's an interactive
live
show.
stream. Yeah.
It's not live stream because I don't stream it live. I actually put stuff in it.
Fine, it's a vidcast.
It's a vidcast. There you go.
Audio
Meet
visual
in the middle. Nope,
Yeah.
nope, not doing that.
So,
Nope.
hey, I'm not gonna say anything.
Hey,
But,
I was involved. I was involved with that motherfucker before all of you guys. So
Sorry. Sorry, Joseph.
He's
All
okay.
right, Travis.
He's
Travis, man. Let's up and forward, dude.
Okay, first, sorry about the you know who reference.
Hey, he's turned a new leaf. Just saying that. Go ahead.
All right, I hope so. Anyways, I agree with Joseph's shaking of his head.
I still have the video saved on my computer. He will never.
And
live it down.
I saw your first post on the RMCP page.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
He's
So you
okay.
have-
I said I will never friend you on Facebook. I will never put you in another podcast because of that video. He said he understands, and that's cool. But I will talk to him personally.
But poor
That's it.
Joseph got put through the ringer on the RMCP.
I agree with that, man.
Oh my god. I'm sorry that happened to you, Joseph. But anyways, Led Zeppelin 4 is a masterpiece. Every song on their rules, I'm never burned out on those tracks. Never burned out on Black Dog, Rock and Roll, Stairway to Heaven. It's just a fantastic record. My favorite song on the album, it has to be Stairway to Heaven. Come on. The deep track, the dark horse for me is Four Sticks. I love that song. What a great tune that is. Misty Mountain Hop, I love it, but it's probably my least favorite song on the album if I had to pick a least favorite. But it's just a fantastic album. And I'm probably going to say that about a lot of Led Zeppelin albums. So, next.
All right, Mark.
Black Dog, Rock and Roll, Battle of Evermore with Fairport Point Port Convention singer Sandy Denny. Tragic story, Jerry. You guys should do that on 3 Shots Down. She has a tragic kind of story there, you know. Even though I don't like them.
I don't know.
Well,
We'll see
Kate
about
will
that.
probably pick her. Stairway to Heaven, great fucking track. I don't know why it gets so much hate. Because it has to be.
Because people are contrarians. That's what it is.
It just has to be one of the best tracks of all time. And I never get bored of it. I never have. I don't know how people get bored of this song. Maybe you guys listen to more radio than I did. I bought shit and listened to it and stayed away from the radio. I was mostly, let me get shit I want to hear. I don't want the radio telling me what I want to hear. So I got them. Misty Mountain Hop, I love that song. Four Sticks is awesome. Going to California is the dark horse on this album for me. Fucking beautiful
Great
fucking
tune.
song. So fucking great. I love it. I'm with you, Jerry and Joseph on Going to California. That song just it's just a great change up. I fucking love it. And then it ends with When the Levee Breaks, and the Beastie Boys fucking brought that song into my life before I heard Led Zeppelin do it. And then when I heard Led Zeppelin, I go, that's a fucking Beastie Boys. No,
Loud
it's
and
Led
loud.
The
Zeppelin.
Beastie Boys.
Huh?
Yeah, the Beastie Boys didn't come up with that, man. Sorry.
I know they didn't, but back then I wasn't a Zeppelin fan when the
I
Beastie
hear
Boys
you.
came out. I was an Oingo Boingo Beastie Boys fan before Zeppelin.
Oh,
I
shot
was-
time.
Listen, I was wrong. Led Zeppelin kills the Beastie Boys. Led Zeppelin kills a lot of these fucking bands. They are
They're
my
only the
top
one.
5. Love them.
Well, first of all, when it comes to rap back, especially back then, everything was taken from some other song just about back then. So I mean, that's why you shouldn't have thought, oh, that's the Beastie Boys song. You know what I mean? Because everything was, a lot of rap songs were sampling back then and shit.
Yeah,
like
Billy
that.
Squire's a rap king millionaire.
Billy Squire, yeah, big time. He's living off the royalties from that shit.
Oh,
man.
fuck yeah.
The big beat.
All right. So we're done with Led Zeppelin 4. Let's get on with this fucking great album. Fucking Houses of the Holy, man. Dude, man. We're talking about fucking another album that's full of great tunes, man. You start out with the 12-string electric and the song remains the same. Then it goes into the beautiful, tuned in low C acoustic rain song, man. I can't tell you, man. There's a few songs that actually bring tears to my eyes, and they still do, and that one is one of them, dude. Robert Plant's vocals on that are outstanding. And then when that's over, you get another masterpiece of a riff at Over the Hills and Far Away, man. Oh, dude, what a great tune that is, man. And then he got Mark's favorite song, which I love it. I don't care. This song does get shit on a lot by Zeppelin fans. I get
As
it.
they should.
The Crunge, I love it. I think it's got a great guitar riff to it. It's funky, kind of cool, And then he got a mid-tempo rocker to start off the next side of Dancing Days. Dude, this is another incredible tune. That was my problem with Jaded by Aerosmith. That was the biggest problem I had with that song is it sounded too much like the riff from Dancing Days, in my opinion. Then after that,
another one that sounds kind of like it, parts of the chorus to Arizona by the Scorpions.
Okay.
Then she'll take you higher. Ooh, ooh.
You're right, actually.
Oh, your voice is beautiful.
And then they mixed it up after that with reggae Jamaica, or however the hell you say it. A lot of people say it.
It's Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah. And still another cool tune. That's a song that some people, a lot of people don't like. Not a lot of people, but some people don't really like that song. I do. I think it's another great tune.
You don't have to go. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, and then after that, you get No Quarter.
Oh,
man. I love how it's recorded. I love how they slowed down Plant's, vocals to make it sound hauntingly, that sound he has on his vocals for that. Jimmy Page actually slowed down the vocals for that to come up with that effect. Man, dude. I mean, it's just an incredible tune. And then we close it out with the fucking Ocean. Another song that's sampled a lot by rappers, man. Another solid track, dude, man. Again, another fully complete album, dude. Another masterpiece, man. Joseph, what do you think about it?
This dog, I tell you. Anyway, amazing album. I mean, this is, I think, in my opinion, one of the perfect examples of where the hits merge with a lot of the deep cuts that you don't hear as much. I think there's so many great. I mean, Over the Hills and Far Away is one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. It always has been. It's the song that got me into this album. And then you have stuff like Jamaica and Dancing Days and The Ocean that pull you in. Then you discover the Rain song and you discover the song remains the same. And I'm kind of ambivalent about the Crunge. I don't hate it, but I think that they do it much better on another controversial song later in their career. I think they do it much better later. It's I don't go out of my way to hear it, but I don't hate it. But there's just so many amazing tracks on this album, and it's definitely one of my favorite Led Zeppelin albums. I think this period right here is the sweet spot for Led Zeppelin. They're just on such a roll. And when we get to the next album, it's crazy to think that half the songs on that album were leftovers from albums like Led Zeppelin 4 and this. That they had so much stuff that was left over that was still just as good.
Yep. Travis.
Another great album, but it's a fantastic record. The Rain song, I love. It's one of the greatest ballads of all time. It's considered a ballad, right? Can I consider it?
It's a dark ballad. It's really cool though.
But I like that part at the end where it's beautiful and then it goes. It sounds foreboding for a little bit, and then it goes right back into that lush of beautiful music. Dancing Days, that's my favorite song on the album. Such a weird, intricate riff to kick off the song. It's such an interesting song. I don't think any Led Zeppelin song sounds like Dancing Days. It's just a fantastic tune. No quarter. Oh my God. There's a reason why Tool would cover it later on. It's just one of the greatest, like, proggy Led Zeppelin songs. Very psychedelic. And then it finishes off with The Ocean. Just another Led Zeppelin classic. The Crunge. Holy shit. It's like a bait and switch, man. I hear that drum opener, and I'm like, yes! And then it goes to James Brown. I'm like, this is more fucked up than when Mark Alden Taylor said Samantha Fox would be the survivor in Predator.
Hey, she had those nice boobs, Dan.
I know. Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was.
he's
I thought it was. I thought. I thought,
yeah.
no, I thought it was Christina Applegate that was the survivor.
Oh, was it? I don't remember. I think
Yeah.
no, they both went off together and had a gay relationship.
All right, whatever.
God, what
It's
the
not as
fuck was that show? Oh, God.
It's not as fucked up as The Crunge. Fuck that song. I hate it.
Love that fucking song, man.
It's a great album, though. Love it.
Yeah.
Next.
All right, Mark.
Okay, I love every song off this album. They all
Except for the
fucking-
crunch.
Well, why can't I get to say it?
Because you're lying. People know you don't like that song.
Well, yeah, but why am I lying? Because why can't
Go
you
ahead,
let,
dude. I'm sorry.
Why can't you
rudely
let to get
interrupted.
my comedy at pissing on this song?
I
Because
rudely interrupted you. I
it's
apologize.
one of the greatest feelings I have of my whole entire lifetime at fucking shitting on this song. And
You mean like Andy trying to trick us all into thinking that he didn't know the cult?
Right, yeah.
yeah, this song really sucks. And it's one of the suckiest songs of all suckage ever. And
Where's the confounded bitch?
it's not a Led Zeppelin song. I don't know what the fuck it is. You guys try to I always said this, stop trying to play tribute to artists you love unless you can do it. Robert, you ain't no James Bond. You ain't no James Brown, dude.
James Bond.
James Bond or James Brown, whatever. But this song fucking sucks. I love the whole album except this song. This would have been higher on my album thing on it, but this song is on here. So this album always has to go towards the end now because of this fucking song. That's my opinion on it.
Well, I mean, what are your favorite songs off the album?
I just told you I like every song except the crunch.
You said every song, but what are your like favorite ones? Your go-to songs
I love
off
the
the
song
album?
remains the same. That's my favorite song off this album.
Okay. And then okay, we go to the best rock and roll album ever made. This is my opinion, of course. We all know what that is. Physical Graffiti. I'm not going to talk about it because I talked about it till my fucking head falls off. So I'm going to start off with Joseph. Physical Graffiti.
One of the most deserved double albums of all time. I'm very critical of double albums a lot of the time. A lot of times double albums don't need to be that long. This is one that deserves to be that long. I don't think there is pretty much any bad tracks on it. I think it's one of, like you said, Jerry, one of, if not the greatest rock albums of all time. It's so diverse. This is probably the only album in their catalog, and for understandable reasons, that doesn't have like a fully cohesive sound, but it works to its advantage. There's not necessarily a Physical Graffiti sound, but it just sounds like Led Zeppelin. And it's amazing. And so many of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs are on here. A song that I still will never let certain parties live down the fact that they don't like it.
Eric?
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it.
I got to call that guy out sometime.
The Wanton song is one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. One of the coolest things I've ever seen on YouTube was the Page and Plant tour from the late 90s, where they started with the riff. They opened up the show with the Riff to Immigrant song right into the Wanton song. So cool. Kashmir is a classic for a reason.
10 years
10
gone.
years gone. We both said it at the exact same time.
My favorite Led Zeppelin. That's my favorite Led
In the
Zeppelin song
Light.
too.
I agree with you on that. Well, there's another
Night
one I like a little
Flight.
bit better.
In
Just
the Light, down
in the
by the
light, yes,
seaside.
down
I
by the
mean,
seaside. It's just
fucking
songs on top of songs on top of songs that are just absolutely unstoppable. And it's just it really is just like kind of like you said, I could talk about it forever. One of the greatest albums ever released.
Yep. My favorite of all time. I mean, that hasn't changed since I first got into this album. All right, Travis, man, Physical Graffiti.
Well, first three things I need to say. My favorite Led Zeppelin album. My favorite double album. My favorite album of all time. It's just a stone cold classic. It's art. It's a masterpiece. It kicks off with Custard Pie. What a sexy song that is. The Rover. You can tell just by the opening of the Rover that Led Zeppelin's going in a different direction. On a more darker, satanic just direction. It's darker. It might be my favorite Led Zeppelin song. This album has no bad tracks on it. Every song is a winner. Even the acoustic instrumentals, like Black Country Woman, they're great. They fit. Cashmere. I don't care how many times I hear that song. It's a masterpiece.
Right?
My favorite use.
And
one
fuck
of my
fuck
favorite
Jimmy
movie
Page
moments.
and P. Diddy fucking that song up. Very good.
When it comes down to making out, put on side one of Led Zeppelin 4, and then Rad just plays Cashmere.
Yeah.
In My Time of Dying. Oh, I love that song to death. It's probably the greatest electrified blues songs that they've ever done. Down by the Seaside, what a beautiful song that is. 10 Years Gone. That song can just make me cry. It's so good. And some people have an issue with Sick Again being the last track. I don't.
I love that song
I
being an ender.
I love it too.
Just finishing it off with such a kick-ass rock song. I think it's a perfect way to close the album. It's a masterpiece. It's the best album ever, according to me and Jerry. It's great.
Yeah. I even like Boogie with Stu. I mean, that's how fucking much I love that album.
Baby, let's rock. Hey, Richie
if for nothing other than just the kind of cool fact, like the fun fact, it's Ian Stewart on a Led Zeppelin
and
album.
I like how Ian Wadley talked about Ian Stewart. He says he looks like a cross between someone and Dick Tracy. Love that. And that's a great RMCP review. Check it out, folks.
Yeah, they have a lot of great ones, man. Check them out.
All right, Mark. Physical Graffiti, man.
It's like, what is this? 4 for 4 on this album? This is everybody's favorite Led Zeppelin album, right? On this, like a panel.
This is their sixth album. This is their sixth album.
What else can I say about it? It's just perfect. I like everything. They give you curveballs. They give you different types of fucking music. They give you metal. They give you blues. They give you hard rock. They give you pop. They give you rock. It's like, and it's Zeppelin. They don't change who they are. They fucking even try different styles. They fucking kick ass on this album. There's nothing else I could say about this album, Jerry.
Yeah, like I said, I've talked about it a lot. So, everybody knows my opinion. It's a fucking just one of the best albums ever. It is the best album, actually.
And one more thing I want to say about Trample Underfoot. I heard that the other day, and one thing I never noticed, where it goes down, you can hear these crazy drum fills from Bonzo during that part of the song. If you listen really closely, it's unworldly, otherworldly.
It's funny. It's kind of cool that you mentioned that because I hear something different just about every song with John Bonham. So it's kind of cool that you brought that up. So I'm gonna check that out actually. All right, then after Physical Graffiti, we're going to I don't know. I wouldn't call it a change. It sounded maybe a little different, I guess. In Presence, kind of it's a solid album too, in my opinion. I don't think it was one of their better selling ones. I don't think. No. I think it was their. Besides Coda, I think it was their least.
But they tried. They really tried. Hold it up, Jerry. Hold it up.
It did win. It
No,
did
not
go
that.
three.
Hold up the other thing.
Oh, I don't have it with me anymore, do I?
Oh,
It did get 3 times platinum. No.
It's over there
The
on my.
obelisk.
I was gonna say
Obelisk?
they really tried hard to promote it and kind of really for some reason kind of a weird promotional gimmick of the object or whatever it is.
Yeah, the obelisk.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of promotional gimmick, and clearly it didn't really work out for them. And for some reason, after the past few albums that we talked about, I don't understand why this one did not sell as well. I'm sure probably because it didn't have like a big kind of hit single or something. But Led Zeppelin was never really known as a big hit singles band, so I don't know.
Of course, it's not in the original, but it was done by a great artist who only did 20 of them, and I got one of them at a pretty decent price. So,
And
cool,
if I'm
cool
correct,
fucking.
that was actually a tool used by Aleister Crowley.
Dude, I got a Kiss nerd and a Zeppelin nerd in one show. That's cool.
But anyway, great tunes again. I think start out with the Keeley's Last Stand, which is like 10 minutes of awesomeness. What's the next song? For Your Life, I think.
Yep.
Royal Orleans.
Nobody's fault but
nobody's
mine.
fault but mine. Turn it over. Yeah, great fucking tune that is, man. Candy Store Rock.
Hot's on for no
What am I
one.
missing? Hot's off to no one and T for one. Yeah. I mean, just loaded with great tunes, man. Another complete Zeppelin album. I mean, we've talked about this one actually quite a bit as well on past reviews. Fucking great album, dude. I mean, solid album 1 through fucking 7 or 8, 7, yeah.
Yeah, we did a review with this with Lee and Eric Arnsby Jordan on the Archives of Freeform Rock podcast. Yeah. So go check that out, man.
Yeah, great.
But you know what, Jerry? Everything needs to be redone if it's your favorite band. So there you go.
Hey, I'll do a review on any Zeppelin album anytime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. New co-host, you're a co-host. If you want to do Presents again, we will do a redo. There you go.
I would love to do Physical Graffiti, but that would take forever to fucking do that one.
Well, we could do that. We already done it. We'll do it again.
Yeah, I probably have to camp out down here for the night when we do that one. But yeah, okay, Joseph, man, Presents.
Yeah. So at this point, their 7th album, it is the shortest as far as track listing goes. There's only 7 tracks on this album, but a lot of them are very long. Like you said, Achilles' Last Stand starts off the album over 10 minutes, goes into For Your Life, which is a long song, and then ends side 1 with Royal Orleans, which is a pretty short song.
Yeah, it's only like 2.5 minutes or something like that. Real short.
3 great tracks. Flip It Over, Nobody's Fault But Mine is like probably the iconic song off this album. It's the one you still hear on the radio. It's the one you still hear people talk about outside of the context of the album. Love it. One of my favorite songs on the album. Candy Store Rock, not a fan. Never liked this song. Easily my least favorite song on the album. But then Hot's On for Nowhere is a really cool shorter track. And then T for One is a beautiful way to close the album. This is one of those times where they do a song like this that I absolutely adore it. I think it's an absolutely this and the next album close in a very similar way. Both albums close very similarly. And I think this is the better of the two, but I think they're both great tracks. But yeah, this is a great album. Clearly, it's a step down from Physical Graffiti because what wouldn't be? And I think in the fan base, it's kind of it for them for some reason. This even though it's all albums released within a decade of each other, this is kind of seen as them transitioning out of their classic period. The last 2 albums, for some reason, aren't as highly regarded as the first 6. But I still think that these last 2 albums are really, really solid albums. And I'd honestly take both of these last 2 over the first album.
Yeah. All right, Travis, go ahead.
Again, I love this album. Some people consider it their least favorite Led Zeppelin album. And yeah, it's not as strong. It's a really good follow-up to Physical Graffiti. It's not as great as it, but for a sophomore release after Physical Graffiti, it's still pretty damn good. Side 1 is just all killer. Achilles' Last Stand is one of the greatest epic tunes of all time. For Your Life, I love that song. I think it's a very underrated Led Zeppelin song. Royal Orleans, I like the funkiness of that tune. Candy Store Rock. I love that song. Oh baby, baby. Oh baby, baby.
That's the best Elvis impression they ever did.
And hey, you know what? I want to talk.
No, it's not.
I want to talk because I love this band in the back of me, the Velvet Underground. So
Ew.
what do I know?
Ugh.
Hot on
One of the worst bands to ever exist in the history of music.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you.
Well, Ian's on my side. Okay, so anyways,
So
yeah,
is
well,
Eddie kind of
Ian also likes The Cure. So what's your point?
I like The Cure.
Oh, I love The Cure too.
Mark, you also like Sammy Hagar. So what's your point?
So what's my point? I like things you like too.
All right,
so
yeah, and I like shit, and I like bands you don't like. So
I know that's awesome.
We can just agree. We all like shitty music.
We do.
We all have that band. We all have that band that's a lot of people don't
Hey,
like.
I like The Kids in America by Kid Wild because she was hot.
I don't even know that song.
I'll leave Sammy Hagar in the dust though. But Hot Song from Nowhere. That's a very underrated Led Zeppelin song. I love that tune. That's the dark horse on that album. Nobody's Fault But Mine. Yeah, that's my clear-cut favorite. It's just great. It's very dark, and the part where it says, "The devil told me to row, 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 row." That's some evil stuff, man. It's just a great tune, and T for One is a great epic tune to close out the album. I think it's great. There you go. Velvet Underground rules. Bye.
This is a fucking great album. Fucking love fucking Achilles I Stand for Your Life, Royal Orleans, Nobody's Fault by Mine. And the way Robert and fucking Jimmy are just fucking singing together with guitar and fucking REO Speedwagon did years ago, 157 Riverside Avenue. Fucking
great song.
Great fucking song. Fucking I love that shit. And I love this album. There isn't a bad song off this album for me. I love the fucking whole album. It's one of my favorites. I think it's my second favorite Zeppelin album, besides Physical Graffiti.
All right. Well, we'll talk about just for a second because it is in the middle of their their discography. Let's just talk about everybody's favorite performance off it. Mine is the No Quarter. I think that's the best all around live performance on this album. That's pretty much all I'll say about that. What do you think it is, Joseph? What's your favorite off it?
I have an interesting relationship with that album. I like it. I don't love it. No Quarter is by far my favorite song off that album. I much prefer How the West Was Won.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a much more cohesive live album.
Oh yeah.
I think that I've never been. I think it was one of the things where you kind of just had to be there. I've never been a big fan of the movie. I think it's a weird kind of movie that I don't
like the movie either.
I don't like the movie.
I don't like it either.
I love it, dude.
And the soundtrack just kind of captures them at not the best point in their live career, I think. And the mixing's not really great.
It was actually Houses of the Holy Tour, I believe. And,
we didn't need any fucking
it was like 73, I think.
We didn't need no fucking dream sequences in that fucking movie. Just play the
know,
live fucking shit, Madison Square Garden, fucking from front to back. We don't need that shit coming in the middle or the beginning of the fucking movie. I want to see a fucking full concert video of that without that shit in it.
Well, I thought,
and that's why the Led Zeppelin DVD is the greatest thing ever released.
Yeah.
But supposedly they're at the end of the tour, they're really tired. You could tell Plant's voice wasn't exactly top notch in that performance, but it was still good. But
well, they were supposed to do another thing, but he got hurt doing Presence.
What you can't fucking deny is, man, how much they fucking do bring it live.
They were gonna release like they only released that because Robert Plant broke his leg. And that's why Song Remains the Same got released, that live performance, because they were supposed to do something on Presence for that.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, Travis, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite performance off that album?
I think they're all great performances. I love that movie. It's fucking awesome.
I do too, man.
It fucking rules. And Dazed and Confused and Whole Lot of Love are my two favorite performances. When Jimmy Page takes out that violin bow and just conjures up just some wicked
Oh, I
twisted.
love the soundtrack. I'm just saying the movie wasn't that good.
And it's just so evil the way he just like waves that thing around when he's climbing up the mountain to that Gandalf looking fucker.
Yeah.
It's a great one, and Whole Lot of Love. What a great performance of that song. I love that movie. Rules.
Oh, man,
It gets
me
an
too.
A++++ in my book.
Absolutely.
Woo!
Starts out with Peter Grant as a gangster, man. That was cool as fuck. Dude.
Yeah, I
right
just
away.
wanted live performances, man. I didn't.
Who doesn't want to see Robert Plant axe some motherfuckers with his sword on his
Me.
I don't like Pink Floyd The Wall movie either. Fuck
Oh, see, I
Bob
love The
Geldof.
Wall.
I don't like that movie
Here's
either.
here's my thing that'll piss a lot of people off. I'd much rather watch the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour than watch
I love that
Song
movie
Remains
too.
the Same. Because
Ooh,
at
I
least
love
that
that.
is like purposely trying to be like
stupid,
weird and stupid and funny. Song Remains the Same is one of the most pretentious movies I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
I adore Led Zeppelin.
I
but Robert Plant riding around in his big fuzzy jacket and his sword is just one of the most pretentious.
Oh, come on, fucking John Bonham fucking doing the drum solo for Moby Dick in that fucking funny car has it sounding like an engine. Yeah, ass, dude.
You Chew, Rattle, and Hum is better than fucking The Song Remains the Same.
No.
Yes,
I'm weird because I love Magical Mystery Tour movie.
I do too. But I'm saying YouTube Rattle and Hum
so
isn't as pretentious as that movie.
Pretentious and Zeppelin just don't go
pretentious,
together, man.
All right, so where are we at, Jerry?
All right, let's go for the next studio album. Their last full-length studio. Their last studio album. In Through the Outdoor. I don't have the bag on mine anymore. I used to have it, but it got ripped up so fucking bad. But anyway, kind of this is an album pretty much dominated by John Paul Jones, because I guess Jimmy Page and Bonham were pretty much drugged out and drunk every fucking night at that time. But they still, they're still sounding good. But you start out with In the Evening, this weird fucking cool intro, which is pretty, trippy. Fuck, what's the next song? Is it Southpaw and Suarez is the second one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit. Then you got Full in the Rain, Hot Dog. Now, okay. I fucking love Hot Dog. Hot Dog. I love that song.
Yeah, that's why I said that other song of Presence was a better fucking Elvis song than this fucking song.
And then we get to the only Led Zeppelin song that I do not fucking like.
And I will fight you on it.
Oh, holy shit. If there is anything close to pretentious, it's that fucking piece of shit.
Oh, I love it.
It doesn't fucking end. It keeps going on and on, which is just...
You mean like Song Remains the Same?
I was going to say, it's like... unfair, dude.
But anyway, on that one, Jared.
I will let Joseph talk about that piece of shit when it's his turn. But then we got
Joseph's on fire tonight.
And then we got all of my love, which is a fucking
Joseph is always on fire. What are you talking about?
And you're wearing a great album on your t-shirt.
Grand Illusion, yeah.
The perfect album.
And then you end it with I'm Gonna Crawl, another fucking great tune. The only flaw in the Led Zeppelin catalog, in my opinion, and that includes, we'll talk about it next one when it comes up a little bit. The next one. So yeah. All right, Joseph, man. Go ahead and let me have it for my fucking hate of Carousel Sombra, man.
I'm not going to start with that because I just do want to praise. I think this album is another one. For me, I wouldn't go so far. Travis said he thinks that Led Zeppelin 3 gets unfair hate. I don't think anyone hates Led Zeppelin 3. I just think it's underrated. People don't talk about it as much. This album gets a lot of unfair hate. For some reason, a lot of people really just trash this album, and I've never understood why. I understand
heavy synthesizer.
Probably, and it doesn't sound like Led Zeppelin at all. Like, it doesn't sound like Led Zeppelin in the slightest. But coming into it when I did, this is the first Led Zeppelin album I ever owned on vinyl. I absolutely adore this album. I love every track on this album from the beginning to the end. In the Evening, like you said, has such a menacing, cool opening. And then you just hear Plant come.
Yeah.
And it's just heavy and it's great. And I love In the Evening. And that's one that's, I know I kind of talked about when we were doing the ranking on Led Zeppelin 4 about why Going to California is such a personal song for me, sitting around the fire pit with my dad and his best friend. And In the Evening is another one that we play a lot when we're sitting there, because that's just a classic track. And I love that one so much. And then Southbound Suarez is a really cool track you don't really hear a lot about. And then what's after that? Oh, Fool in the Rain. Fool in the Rain is my favorite song. Fool in the Rain is my favorite song on the album. It is in my top 5 Led Zeppelin songs, and no one will ever talk me out of it. I just think it's such an amazing track. The Purdy shuffle that Bonzo does. The basically what non-drummers know as the Rosanna beat. Rosanna by Toto. It's that drum beat, but Bonzo did it first, of course. But I love it, and then the kind of salsa part in the middle of it. I love that so much. Plant is great on that track, and then Bonzo, like I said, with that shuffle just makes that song. His drumming is some of my favorite he ever did on that song. And then you have Hot Dog, which Ian Wadley famously hates Hot Dog.
I fucking love that song.
I love it. I love it. I think this is the best they ever did with their kind of rockabilly Elvis thing. I adore Hot Dog. I think it's so fun. I think it's so much better than Candy Store Rock. I think it's so much better than The Crunge. I think it's just I understand why people shit on it, but I love it. And then you get to the track that Jerry hates, which is Carousel Alhambra. And I will admit, when I first was younger and started listening to this album, and I saw that this song's 10 minutes long, I skipped it every time. Never gave it a chance. Ever, 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 never.
Aren't you like a huge prog rock fan too?
Not when I was 10.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
The only prog album I knew when I was 10 was Brain Salad Surgery.
Of course you knew that one.
That's the only prog album I knew when I was 10.
Oh, I hate
because
that
my
band.
dad and his friend, the same ones we sit around the fire pit with, are huge fans of Brain Salad Surgery. I had that album ingrained into my skull when I was a kid. But yeah, Carousel Alhambra, I love. I think it's a great track. Yes, is it pretentious? Yeah. But as much as I hate saying it, a lot of Led Zeppelin is a bit pretentious.
I don't think so at all, actually.
Yeah, I think that there is a lot of pretentiousness in.
There's pretentiousness, and there's just fuck you, man. I think Led Zeppelin had more of
fans here.
The fuck you in the face attitude the fuck you in the face sound that they had is just.
Yeah, no, I think there is a lot of that, but I think that as their career, and I still love a lot of their songs. I love it for that, but I think that I think it works. I think I love this song. It's a great track to me. This is one where I'm like, there's a lot of songs where I understand why people don't like them. This is one that I don't get, actually, why you don't like this song. I really, really don't. But more power to you. Maybe
if they shorten it to like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, maybe. It's just
cut like what, 3/4 of the song.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of. It's a lot of John Paul Jones influenced in it, which I love that guy. But there's something about the song as a whole I don't fucking like, man. I just never could get into that tune.
Yeah.
And
but then you close out with All of My Love, which is one you still hear on the radio a lot. Beautiful track. I love the orchestral elements of it and the synth on it. And then you close it out with I'm Gonna Crawl, which is just a really cool track that I kind of compare to. It's kind of the sister track to T for One. And I think I like T for One better, but I'm Gonna Crawl is still such a cool way to end the album. For an album that I think gets a lot of shit unfairly, I really love this album. And I think that I really would have liked to hear more of, if they continued on in this vein, how they could have evolved from here even more. And I think that's what makes it so unfortunate about the timing of Bonzo's death and the abortion that we're about to talk about in a few minutes.
Oh boy.
All right, Travis.
Well, at this time, the band was just falling apart. Robert Plant and John Paul Jones would record in the morning, and then after Jimmy Page and John Bonham would paint the sound red, they would come in late at night and record.
Yeah.
And they would record at a studio that Mark Alden Taylor's favorite band, ABBA, would record at.
Who? I don't know.
And,
I want that band from my memory. So go ahead.
Apparently, the members of ABBA invited Robert Plant to some sort of wacky orgy.
Because ABBA sucks.
I believe it.
See,
Yeah.
look there. ABBA killed Led Zeppelin. There you go.
See, look at ABBA, man. Everybody said they're a clean band. Look at that. Come
oh,
to our house, we're
no.
gonna fuck each other.
That
Okay,
should be a reason to hate that
too,
band.
It's
Took
too
Robert
sweet.
Plant away.
It's two Swedish couples. You know they're swinging.
I
Exactly.
love ABBA. I think ABBA.
I do
rules.
too. Yeah.
And hey,
They broke up Led
if I was-
Zeppelin. There you go.
if I was
Right here on
around
Freeform Rock.
those two chicks all the time, I'd be getting with both of them too. I'm sorry.
No shit, man. Absolutely.
There you
I
go.
fucked the shit
ABBA
out
broke
of
up
that
Led
band.
Zeppelin news today on Freeform Rock Podcast.
Nah, they know Yoko's, man.
No. In the Evening is a great opener. Sounds very eerie in the beginning, and it contains my favorite Jimmy Page guitar solo. And then after he shreds that guitar solo, it exits out with like a very melodic outro solo. It's just great. Southbound Suarez. I hate that damn song. That song annoys the fuck
Oh,
out
that
of me.
sounds cool.
Oh my god. Fool in the Rain. I love that song. I love what it's about. It's just a kooky little song. Great. I love the instrumental part of the song where it's basically Mardi Gras. Love that. I love Carousel Alhambra. It sounds like a Rocky montage music. I love that part. Hot Dog. I fucking love Hot Dog.
I bet you guys do love hot dogs.
Oh, I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs every morning, every
Do you
evening,
like it
every-
with ketchup?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Hey,
That's
Eric.
a sin.
Eric.
No, it's a fucking sin. Putting ketchup on a
I
hot dog.
drown
Bring
my
it
hot dogs
on.
in ketchup. I
Bring it
drown my
on.
hot dogs in ketchup.
Well, you know what? I'm still on Eric's side because they prefer Chicago style deep dish.
I
over
do
New
too.
York.
There's only
There you
four
go.
only 4 acceptable condiments on a hot dog. 2 of them I
I'm
don't like.
there with Eric and Bruce Dickinson.
And I
rules.
probably hate all of them, Jerry.
Mustard,
Nope.
chili,
Okay. Yep.
sauerkraut, which I don't
Mhm,
like.
yeah.
Cheese.
Mm.
And I don't
Relish.
like onion. Okay, I'll put cheese on there. Cheese is okay with it. And
Cheese dog, yeah.
That's it.
Sour cream is
Yeah.
cool.
And a hot dog?
Okay.
No, chili
My-
cheese.
there is
chili
a-
dog with sour cream.
There is a
And you know,
local.
at this point, I'm pretty drunk.
There is a one of the things that my town is known for is we have one of the best hot dog restaurants you'll ever go to in your life. They hand make chili sauce. It's phenomenal. And it's just you should look at pictures. Your mouth will water just by looking at the pictures of the hot dogs.
Very appetizing weenies.
Very much so.
Maybe
Gobble those.
maybe Mooger is right. This podcast gets
Gobble
people
those
drunk.
weenies.
Eric Jordan, I love you. Bruce Dickinson rules.
Fuck Bruce Dickinson.
All my loving. Wait.
All
That's
my
a Beatles.
loving. What? That's a Beatles.
That's a Beatles
All
song.
my love. All my love. All my love. I
All
love
right,
that song.
Jerry, take control of this shit. We're going
Anyway,
on.
this is going off the rails real quick.
I think Travis is done talking about it through the outro. Let's
I
go with
think
you,
he
Mark.
is.
I think
I
he
think
is
he
too. He's
is.
fucked up, which I encourage on this show. Thank you, Trav. Yeah, maybe Mooger was right that being on the Freeform Rock podcast makes you an alcoholic. Sorry. But fucking this album rules. I hate hot dog. It's the crunch is worse. You know,
Your mama
but-
loves hot dog.
Yeah, I'll give you a
I
hot
love hot
dog, bitch.
dogs.
You want extra mustard on my hot dog for you, Jerry?
No, she
Mustard.
likes
How about
she
some
likes
grilled
that
onions?
she likes that sour cream.
Mustard these nuts.
Oh, God.
All right,
All
now
right,
we're
we went off.
definitely off.
No, I like this album.
We're not off the rails. We're like fucking in another dimension now.
I- all of
We're in
all of
the
my
ditch
love-
on the side of the on
I'm
the
trying
side
to
of the
finish my
tracks.
review of this album. All of
All
my
right,
love,
Mark.
all of my love fucking rules. I love that fucking song. I think it's one of like Thank You. It's a beautiful love song. And I think it's really heartfelt. And I think it's one of the best songs they ever did. That's just
Well, it's not a love song. His kid died.
well, yeah. Well, you know. It's a love song to his kid though, man.
What a beautiful song. Yeah, I love my
A beautiful song. My kid
love-
drowned. What a
Such a
beautiful
love
song.
song. Yeah.
Boy, you chased the
You know, a
feather
song
into the
about
wind,
deathly
man.
stomach issues.
You know, what's the next album, Jerry? I don't even fucking know what it is.
Well,
like
it's not really.
like Ian Wadley always says, if Eric Clapton's son hadn't died, we would have been saved one of the worst songs of all time.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's
I
what I
hate
love
that.
about Ian. There's no fucking filter to that guy. That's
None.
what I love about him. There's nothing off the
None.
fucking table.
And speaking of no filter, Coda.
You know, it's basically just fucking live tracks and bits and pieces. The cool thing about the remaster, whatever they did in the early 2000s, was they added, at least hey, what can I do? Traveling Wilverside Blues, and what else did they add to that? White Summer, Black Mountainside. Yeah, it was live.
Yeah,
but
that's cool. They added
that
some
was
cool shit to that.
And hey, what can I do? How the fuck was that not a fucking release on the album, man? That
On
was a
Zeppelin
great
3,
tune,
yeah, they
dude.
could have took one song off of there.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite songs.
Hats
by
off to
him.
Roy Hopper could have been taken off, and they could have put that on there to end it, you know.
But anyway, that was something cool about Coda. There's nothing really special about it. I mean, it's just
I think it has the
just-
best bonus tracks of all the other ones they re-released, though.
well, they had to do that because they had to add some goodness.
Yeah,
into the album,
I'm
I
just
guess,
saying,
people
have the
buy it.
best bonus tracks to get
Yeah.
you to buy that re-release. The other ones didn't have that much, but that one, because of the second disc, had those extra tracks. Hey, what can I do? Traveling Riverside Blues. You got to get the Coda fucking bonus one because it has those two tracks.
And hats off to Led Zeppelin. Okay, this time. I mean, after this was done, that was it. When John Bonham died, I don't know how much further they would have gone. I don't think they would have gone on much further. Bonham lived, but they never went. They only went back to what, 4 or 5 times to do concerts.
Yeah.
Other than that, besides releasing a whole bunch of other, Jimmy was released a whole bunch of shit. But
then they try to get Sammy Hagar and Miles Kennedy and Steven
yeah,
Tyler.
Sammy Hagar. Yeah, Sammy Hagar said that he could be the next singer of Led Zeppelin. Yeah, but
Sammy
anyway.
Hagar.
But that's what's so cool about their legend, man, is they ended it. They knew when to end it, which some bands just don't know how to do nowadays.
But the thing is, they did want to redo it after that reunion show, and they did bring in all these singers. But the thing is, they said it's not the same without Robert, so they kind of made the great decision there.
That is one band that I think that you cannot replace a member. Sorry. I mean,
well, Jason's pretty good. Jason's pretty good though.
But
for doing concerts, absolutely.
Yeah.
Other than that, not I don't agree with you on that one. But yeah, I mean, their legend is still one of the best legends in rock and roll. So hats off to them and their great music, man. Coda, Joseph.
You know what? I'm going to stay positive. I am not going to talk about this. I don't count it. It's not an album. It's a label thing. I just don't. I don't count it. I think that there's nothing redeemable about this album. I think that a lot of these were outtakes for a reason. There's only one song or two that I even enjoy, and even then, it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I don't really need to listen to this again. On the topic of what they did afterwards, they are one of the only bands that ever said just, hey, we're not doing this. Yeah. They're like the only band that ever had the integrity to say, we're not going to go out and replace our members. Everybody did it. The Doors did it with Ian Astbury. Queen has done it with God and everybody. So many of these bands, no matter how iconic the members were that passed away, they still went out there, and even if they might have said in the past, hey, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z, they still did it anyway. And I think Led Zeppelin were one of the few that had any integrity to not, even though they towed the line a little bit with the Page and Plant tours in the 90s, basically saying we are all but Led Zeppelin, but we're not including JPJ, and we're not Led Zeppelin. But we're going to play.
That's what I love about the Hall of Fame speech when John Paul Jones. Well, yeah. Thank you for inviting me this time, guys.
Exactly. But we're going to play nothing but Led Zeppelin songs.
Yeah.
We're going to be basically Led Zeppelin, but you're not invited, and we're not calling it Led Zeppelin. So that's the only time wherever I kind of look sideways at them, and I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You guys were doing enough Robert Plant can go fuck off and do whatever bluegrass shit he wants to
But
do.
it's like we talk about, though, that's the way to do it, I think. It's like if Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson were to do something, they wouldn't call it Rush, I'm sure. They
No,
would
and
call it
that's
something
awesome.
else. And that was the correct thing I thought for them to do, was not even consider it calling it Led Zeppelin.
But the
So,
thing is, Geddy Lee and Alex could do that because they were a band before Neil was in the band.
yeah, but come on,
Neil was such a big
dude,
part of that band, so I
exactly.
agree
I
with
mean,
that too. Yeah.
I mean, and of
But
course,
they
if they
could
would
if they
tour,
wanted to, and we wouldn't slight them.
I mean,
I
if they would
wouldn't.
tour, if they toured, they'd probably do nothing but Rush songs. So
I
mean,
wouldn't.
but
I
they
wouldn't
wouldn't call it
slight them
Rush
if they went out as Rush. I
So
wouldn't slight
I
them.
respect that. You know, they knew when to pack it in. They've done like what? How many reunion concerts? Let's see. They did the fucking
They did the Atlantic record. They did Live
yeah,
Aid.
they did the O2 was the last one. Live Aid, Atlanta Records.
They did another. They did like one of their like charity one, I think.
They only like 4 or 5 total. I mean, I
Yeah.
might have missed one, but yeah, I mean,
Not
So-
counting the Page and Plant stuff.
yeah. I mean, so you know, like I said, man, their legend is intact and strong, and it's one of the the best in rock music, in my opinion. So yeah. All right, Travis, Coda, man, you got anything to say about it?
It's not a total loss across the board. There's a couple tracks I like. Some of the songs are pretty shitty, but there's a couple songs that I could dig. I like We're Gonna Groove, which was released in 1969. Love that song. I like Ozone Baby, except the ending where he goes, where the voice gets a little squeakier. Wearing and Tearing is one of the greatest Led Zeppelin songs.
It's a great
Oh,
song.
I agree with that.
I fucking love that song. And if you get the remastered deluxe edition, you get Rivers Traveling Riverside Blues and Hey, What Can I Do, which are two.
That makes the album worth
classics.
it now to get that because of that.
Well, that's why they did it.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's not the Pina Colada talking. It's not a total loss. It's a bad album, but it's not bad.
Do you like
there
pina
you go.
coladas and getting caught up in the rain?
Jeez. Oh,
Yes, I
God.
love that song.
I just want to
It
ask
gets
you.
All right.
speedster part.
Mark, Coda.
Well, everybody said everything about it. Like I already said, that the best version of it is when they released those 2 extra tracks that were on the box set on that. So I do like most of the songs off the album. I think it's all leftovers. What they had left over, they weren't polished, they weren't ready, but there was such a void for Led Zeppelin that they released it for the fans as like a thank you. So I don't slight them for releasing this album at all. It's got a lot of good shit on here. I like it a lot.
I agree. All right. This was a lot of fun, man. I always love talking about Zeppelin. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being here. Got anything else we need to talk about, Mark? Or
No, man, just get in and listen to the Nervosa episode if you like thrash metal. It's a thrash metal band from fucking Brazil. Fucking great fucking shit. And I don't like Cookie Monster vocals. They have a lot of Cookie Monster vocals on there, but they have a lot of rhythm and they bring it down like Pantera, so it's pretty cool. Like the Butcher Babies. I like that shit. So
you should check out
that
you
episode.
should check out Crypta, man. They're another cool fucking band, dude.
Yeah. Really good fucking band, man. I have nothing else to say. Just check out our BS sessions. What are we doing this week on BS, Jerry?
Well, let Travis talk about it.
Yeah,
It's his
Travis,
pick.
what are we doing on BS this week, man?
Oh, yes. We're doing the top 11 songs from a band that Joseph loves called The Doors.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a gay old time talking about The Doors.
That's one way to describe it.
Yeah.
Joseph, I take it you're not a fan of the Doors.
And I have a feeling that, wait, it's Al Horta and Eric Jordan are going to join us, right?
Yeah, I think it's Andy, Al Horta, and Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a pretty
Right.
good stacked lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been cutting BS down pretty good, so I'm good. But
It's
man,
going to be we're going to break on through, baby.
yeah, man. So just check out the Freeform
Until
Rock
the
Pod-
end.
Till the end, man. Just check out the Freeform Rock podcast. We got shit coming up. We got 11 episodes in the hole. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Travis, for coming on this impromptu episode. We appreciate you. Jerry, take us out, man.
All right, man. Like and subscribe our Freeform Rock podcast on all swell fucking podcast platforms. Check out our BS sessions on Thursdays. Check out my other show, Three Shots Down. All the other great podcasts that have influenced me. I've mentioned it before. Listen to them. Great fucking time. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you for doing this Sunday night thing. I'm not going to be able to do it next week, but I'd like to keep it going,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After this. I can't do it next week or the week after that, but you can do it, Mark. I mean, you don't need me.
I don't know what fucking somebody give me a subject. You guys could give me a subject. I'll do it.
Yeah, I kind of like doing this. So yeah, we should make this a Sunday night. Maybe not every Sunday night, but every couple of Sunday nights maybe.
Yeah, we could do it.
And not always a discography because we'll definitely burn ourselves out with the discographies.
That's what I said. Give us an idea, man. Give us ideas.
Maybe like some just like general like hot topics or something like that. Like
favorite Powerade
cool
flavor. We could do Powerade flavor.
Basically, maybe some like stuff that might not fall on either BS or freeform, like the regular shows.
Yeah.
No, that shirt you're wearing, Joseph, really interests me in doing a discography thing about though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's
maybe we could dive into the wood and nickel era sticks. Maybe.
Please.
We could do that, and
honestly, we should just do the classic stuff. So wood and nickel all the way through.
Yeah,
I do every one of them.
So we
even Cyclorama, which I like Cyclorama. So
maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do that in 2 parts.
Yeah,
we can do the early years and the later years because I'm sure, as much as people might think that we might not have as much to say about the later years. Some of us might end up getting into fights with other members of the panel here on certain albums in the later years.
I know what.
I had another interesting idea about Styx. I would take their first albums, DeYoung's Desert Moon, Tommy Shaw's Girls with the Guns, and JY's City Slickers, and maybe do like a hypothetical Styx album with those 3.
Mm-hmm.
The best songs and make an album out of that. Maybe that'd be
all Tommy Shaw songs.
Well, no, we have to
good stuff.
You have to have at least 3 songs from each member. How about that?
Oh, that's
hey, Mark. Some of those Styx albums had a lot of shitty Dennis DeYoung songs on them, so we can throw in some shitty Dennis DeYoung songs on our album too.
I'm sailing away.
Okay, that's not a shitty Dennis DeYoung song.
Desert.
I'm talking about like Babe.
First time.
Oh, I love Babe.
Oh no, not first time.
The reason that
what song I really love? I really love it was "Show Me the Way." I really love.
Oh, I love that song. I do love that song.
Oh, I do like that song too.
That's a great fucking tune.
I do like "Love Is a Ritual" too.
I do too.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. But one of I think is one of the most underrated Styx songs, and it's one of the cheesiest fucking things you'll ever hear in your life. Is "Haven't We Been Here Before?" Kilroy was here. I love that song, but it's cheesy as fuck, and the music video is so stupid.
I think everything.
He's swinging on the clock. The pendulum.
I love the songs off the last album with the original like classic lineup with Tommy Shaw and Dennis, where they did Brave New World, fucking that song, and
that's a great album.
Everything is cool.
I'm a little hit or miss.
Everything is cool. I love that fucking song.
The worst thing they ever did was put music time on Cognac. That song fucking sucks.
Hey everybody, it's music time.
All right. On that note, let's get the fuck out of here, guys. Later,
all right, guys. Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all. Later.